And we are live. Hello. Welcome to this last day of our challenge. Let's make sure everything here is working on Facebook and on Instagram the way that it should. Okay, awesome. So, this is our 10th day doing this challenge together to uplift your home into a sacred space. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure that you register for the free challenge. The link is on my profile or down below in the comments. Today's the last day. If you register today, you can still get all of the trainings for the last 10 days via email. And if you have not gotten a chance to catch up with all of the other days, you will still have access to all of the replays for all the last days that we have worked together, you guys. We have done so much work. We have gotten super clear about what we want in so many areas of our life and so many areas of our home. We have arranged our furniture. We have decorated from the heart. We have learned how to understand your style, understand the inspiration, get really clear on what it is that you like when you see beautiful spaces, right? We have worked with rugs, lighting, window treatments, which are like huge components of having that upscale, elevated home. And we've also, very importantly, have learned how to quiet our minds and how to connect with the energy of our home and our spaces to really revere and honor our homes as sacred spaces because they hold the day-to-day. This is where we make babies, grow babies, raise children. This is where we work. This is where we nourish ourselves through cooking and through our family gatherings. This is where we make memories with our loved ones. This is what we are doing, right? We are creating these sacred homes for a reason. We want these spaces to become sanctuaries that nourish us and that help us stay really, really connected to our mission in the world. And so today, day 10, last day of our practice together, we are going to talk a little bit about sustaining your sacred design and creating a sacred lifestyle. So I always love to see design as a transformation, not just as a makeover, because again, a makeover is that cute little, couple hours you spend with a little bit of paint, couple throw pillows, nothing wrong with that, but there's not as much value in that as there is in sustaining that long term. A lot of times the word manifesting is something that I think has been used a lot lately, but a lot of times we get caught up in we're stuck, right? We get caught up in not thinking we're not going to manifest what we want. And we think that's the hard part. But in my opinion, manifesting is actually easier than most of us think. All we need is to follow this system. Sustaining it and keeping up with that, which we design and create for our lives and our homes, that's a little harder, right? Again, we've all done the, declutter weekend where it all looks amazing, but how do we keep that up? Or when we do a deep clean and when we put stuff away and we take the time to put stuff away in our home, then how do we sustain that? Okay, so I have found it really interesting that everything I'm teaching you, I'm really aligned with. Today I have a deep cleanse of my home being done, and I'm really creating that energy of the equinox, of the fall, and really going into that reflective space. What do we want for these next few months? And what are we also harvesting from the seeds and the intentions we planted when we decorated in the spring? And so I want to start our last day today by doing a short meditation, okay? So if you're watching, all of you on Instagram and all of you on Facebook, please take a moment now to just sit really nice and tall, wherever you are, on a chair or the floor, on your bed. And we're just going to close our eyes before we dive deeper into this conversation today. We're going to just close our eyes and use the same breath that we learned on day 2, which is an inhale through the nose for 4 seconds. Hold it for 3. Exhale for 4. All through the nose, becoming really present with the breath, becoming really present with the body, and becoming really present with the space around you. So just for a few more seconds, inhale slowly through the nose. Suspend the breath. Exhale completely through the nose. And now take a deep breath in. Hold that breath. And through the mouth, let it out. And sit in the energy of that stillness, of that silence, of that peace. And when you're ready, let's open our eyes. So, sustaining our sacred home. It is all about these daily habits. Sustaining our sacred home, it's all about the little rituals that we create to put stuff away, to cook in the morning, to connect with ourselves and our home. First thing in the morning is ideal. To quiet our home at the end of the day so that we can be ready for a restful evening. To quiet our home at the end of the day to say thank you for the day. To see it as a reflection of what we've done all throughout the day, how we have felt in our space, and then getting a fresh start the next day. A lot of people are still at home. A lot of people have now transitioned to working from home more than ever, right? That has been 2 years of that. Is that insane? So many more people are doing that. So many more people are homeschooling. So many more people, even if they are outside of the home working, have realized the power of their home, the gratitude for our homes, okay? So what I want to share with you today are really ideas that I want to give you for how can you, with the way that you live, create healthier sacred habits so that you can have a functional home that feels amazing and looks amazing. A lot of times, clients that I worked with through designing their homes can get that beautiful result of we painted, we did wall treatments, we changed the lighting, we furnished the home, we decorated, styled. But then I leave, and then what? And then what happens, right? So what I love about, first of all, the process we've done is that we have assigned a home for everything in our room. We have learned to see how we live, which should, in essence, make tidying up, cleaning up, getting ready in the morning, getting the kids out the door in the morning a lot easier because we know where shoes live, we know where our purse is, we have a little hook for our keys in the entryway, we know where everything goes, and that makes life a lot easier. If you have kids, you know how it is to get out in the morning to go to school or whatever, and to just have kids scattered, rambling about where was their backpack, where did they put their homework, where are their shoes, where are their socks. I know I have gone through that. And it's why I love making my life easier by having a system and knowing where everything goes. And yes, I am the first one to remind my kids, where's your backpack go? Where do your shoes go? Let's make sure that we have those things in place because it makes our life easier. So what I want you to do today is to sit down and walk through your day and think about what are the first few things you do in the morning and what do you do throughout the day all the way until the evening. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what to do because you each live in a unique way. However, I'm going to tell you what I do, and then maybe that is going to be good enough for you to be inspired. First of all, how we wake up in our space is the most important thing in the world. When you first wake up, you are basically creating the atmosphere and the energy that you're going to cultivate throughout the rest of the day. So to me, waking up in the morning is really important that I don't look at my phone right away. It's really important to me that I wake up with an alarm that is actually enjoyable as opposed to something that is going to just shock my nervous system and get me out of bed so quick. So I like to have a nice ringtone when I wake up. The first thing I do when I get up is I sit on my bed. I might move my body gently, maybe roll my neck, maybe move my heart and open up my chest as I breathe in and out, right? This is called spinal flex. So we move the spine in the morning. And then immediately, what I like to do is sit down in a small corner of my bedroom where I have my meditation area, light a candle, and just spend a couple of minutes, literally 2 minutes, long, deep breathing, okay? Breathing long and deep, kind of like what I just did with you when we first started. That is a moment for me to just set the intention of my day and make sure that I'm really in alignment with what it is that I want to create for myself on that day. When I get up, I go to my kitchen. Again, the day before, I have already washed my dishes. My kitchen's nice and clean. Does that happen every day? Hell no. There's times where I know I'm walking into a really messy kitchen, but I know that because I've just centered myself first, I'm not going to be as stressed out and as anxious when I see the mess that is, in front of me. So I'll get to the kitchen, I'll turn on my coffee machine, I'll make myself a cup of coffee, and while that's happening, I'll light up another candle in the kitchen and do a gratitude prayer, literally as I'm stirring my coffee, okay? What happens with this, you guys? I know this sounds super esoteric and like cute, and a lot of people might think, who the heck has time for that? But the truth is, that is a non-negotiable for me. These self-care practices that can often be very, very short and simple are non-negotiable, and they're not a luxury because they define the rest of your day. It defines if I treat my children with kindness when they first get up, or if I'm just mean, cranky, grouchy mom. And trust me, it is not a good picture to see that. I often go that way, and it is not a good way. So those are small little rituals that you can create in your life in the morning. In the middle of the day, I always like to make sure that I'm at some point of the day either spending a little bit of time putting things where they go for 10 minutes. Sometimes I might literally turn a timer on, and for 10 minutes, I'm going to put things where they belong. That way, at the end of the day, I'm not overwhelmed by everything being out of place. That is really helpful to me. It also helps me center myself again, making sure that I'm remembering to breathe, making sure that I'm also preparing with, for what's ahead, like kids are coming back home from school. And then at the very end of the day, around 6 o'clock, what I like to do is make sure all my lights are going down, my lights are getting dimmed, some new oils might be diffused in my kitchen, maybe some lavender, maybe some chamomile, something that's a little bit more relaxing. And then I'll make sure that there's some tea going on for my children, for myself. Again, do I do that every night? No, I don't. But ideally, that is my routine. And when I do, we all feel so much better. So those simple little rituals are part of sustaining your sacred home. Now, the next part of that is to work with the seasons. And I talked a little bit about this yesterday when we were talking about decorating. But as you go through the seasons and you're bringing the beauty and the sort of like innate nature wisdom, right, inside of your home throughout the seasons, then work with that as well. Decorating your home with the seasons is a beautiful way to sustain your sacred lifestyle, okay? That is a really, really important aspect of that. And then the last part of sustaining your sacred home is making sure that you are committing to the embodiment practices. How do you tune into your feeling, to your yearning, to your feminine connection? How How do you turn into your breath? How do you turn into that balance of your masculine energy, which is the part of you that gets shit done, versus the feminine part of you, which is the part that just wants to maybe lounge, or if it's out of balance, wants to just feel completely scattered and anxious. Okay, so those are really key parts of sustaining that sacred home. Inside of my coaching program, we do all of that. You learn all of those embodiment practices, those simple, short, yet powerful meditations, all based on Kundalini technology. Am I still here? Let's see. Oh, there we are. I lost connection for a second. All about Kundalini technology, which is an ancient wisdom that has such powerful meditations that can shift your energy so quickly from chaotic and stressed out and overwhelmed to center, focused, energized, and full of vitality. Inside of the program, what else do? We also go into manifesting what we want, not just for this home we have designed, for all those 9 energy areas of your home. Kundalini yoga is like medicine. There is a kriya, a mantra, a breath, a meditation, a mudra, which is your hand gestures for each area of your home, for your prosperity, for your romance, for your health, for your children, your creativity, your career, your connection to your spirit, your knowledge. There is a meditation for every single thing that we work through designing. So the design that you create for your life and for your home through the sacred interior system is deeper than you would ever imagine, is deeper. The transformation and the stories I've seen my clients have are insane. I have had students who, one of my students a couple years ago, when I first launched this program, actually suffered from agoraphobia, and she had not left her home for 7 years. And within 3 weeks of working together, she was able to not just leave her home, but actually travel across the country to a yoga retreat I was teaching, came to see me, came to visit, came to do the workshop and the retreat, and was not even expecting that at all. Never in a million years did I ever expect that someone who was suffering and struggling with that could actually make their home and their space such a sacred, nourishing, and recharging oasis that she would have the strength to then go out and face the world. Like literally, that was one of the most amazing testimonials I've ever heard in my life from a student in my program. I've had clients who've suffered with clutter and hoarding issues for a long, long time, who have been in bed with so much depression. I've had clients who have suffered from addictions and have found that the recovery process is so much more doable because they have created these sacred spaces. There's so much healing that happens when we do this practice. There's so much healing that happens when we commit to making our home a space that goes beyond looking beautiful and that goes beyond just feeling good to be in. It is transcendental what we can achieve through these practices, these embodiment practices, these connection to your spirit, and also through being very pragmatic and very simple in how we live. The idea with designing a sacred space is that you not only tune into your highest potential, but that as a high achieving woman with a career, with a husband, with a wife, whatever it is that your life looks like, is easier and much more doable. So if you guys are ready to go deeper, please check out the sales page that is up on my link on my bio and underneath the comments. We are launching this coaching program this week, and anyone and everyone who participated in the challenge, the 10-day challenge, will absolutely get access to early bird pricing that will not be offered again ever, ever, ever. This signature program, even if you have taken it before, is the next level signature program. I have remodeled this program, uplifted it, given it such a facelift, and I cannot wait to start. It is a one-on-one coaching program. It is not a group program. Why? Because this is customized to your sacred way of life. It is customized to your sacred house, to the space that you have. We work with your floor floor plan. We work with plotting those 9 energy centers of your home so that you know exactly where your prosperity area is. So when you enter your bathroom, you know you're entering that area of your life. It's also a done for you program and done with you program. So what that means is we actually professionally design one of your rooms completely from beginning to end. You go through the exact same process that I use to design my clients' homes. You get one-on-one mentoring with me. Why is that so important? And why did I become a coach? Because so many women are overwhelmed and so stressed out with the way their houses are, with the way their relationships are. And so through mentorship, through coaching, we are able to not just heal things from the past that have kept us stuck, but we are actually able to move forward to where we want to go. I want your house to be a testament of where you have been, where you are, and where you want to go. And that is how you design your house and your life into a sacred space. So if you're interested, join me. Yes, join me. Apply on the link below. I'm going to put that on there right now. I'll send it to you via email. And if you have any questions, please make sure you reach out. I am so grateful that we did this together. I am so grateful that you chose to do this for yourself and for your family. I know that if you have done the daily work for this process, your family's also feeling the shift and the change of energy in your house. And I more than anything hope that you get to enjoy them and that you get to make the beautiful memories that you all deserve in your sacred space. I love you and thank you for tuning in. I will see you very soon again. Sat Nam.